Alrighty, guys. So, as expected, it is now time for the Spike Factory review. Once again, I think by now you know the drill. Kind of just going over it in general. So yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's just jump right in. So let's start off with the base tower. Base tower 000. So space flags, group pinks, around 9 to 14 for $1,000, which is not very good efficiency, but hey, it's a Spike Factory, okay? Um, First tier, a little bit more popping power, plus 7 rounds for $800. Makes the efficiency pretty good. Okay. Um, for some this whiteout spikes thing, it doesn't increase much popping power at all. For $600, you get basically frozen popping power and lead popping power. So of course his efficiency is gonna start to go up a decent amount. Spiked balls. Spiked balls is such a really good It's a really good upgrade for like ceramic balloons and stuff. So it gets from leads to rainbows, from blacks to zebras, plus 5 to 6 rounds. But it is doubling the price, so the efficiency still goes up. And honestly, for a third tier, this is bad. I hate to say it because I love it, the Spike Factory, but this is a bad efficiency for a third tier. Like about 200 is not good at all. Fourth tier, so Moabs, they got past Moabs for the rounds because there's only one of them. So 45 to 52. So that's like doubling the rounds basically. You're just doubling the rounds. But you're also tripling? Yeah, tripling the cost. Holy moly, that's expensive. So the efficiency again keeps going up. But for a fourth tier, this is okay. This is okay. Now, the ultimate supermines. Big BADs all over the place. Surprisingly, only 98 to 104 for the $165,000 price tag. Jeez, that's insane. That leaves it with an efficiency of about 1600, which is not very good at all. So yeah, I mean he's expensive, but for his price, it's better to spam like, what was it, like 10,000 dart monkeys, 000 dart monkeys, and go to round 104 than to get one spike factor and go to round 104. It's just that's just how it is. Unfortunately, you don't have unlimited space, so that's not the case. But you know, makes it interesting, doesn't it? Middle pass. So this is faster production. Go from blacks to purples. Barely anything. Okay. Pinks to yellows. Excuse me, it doesn't get worse. No, it can't get worse. So what the heck is going on with it? I don't know. But plus 1 to 2 rounds for $600. So yeah, the efficiency going up again. Not great. 020, even faster stuff. So purples to leads, pinks stay the same. Plus 5 to 3 rounds though for $800. So efficiency, interesting. It's funny because the efficiency per life is for one life is the exact same thing. However, it's the efficiency before dying that again is less efficient as we keep going on. Now third tier, of course, is going to do really bad because it's supposed to be Moab Shredder Spikes. It is not a solo tower. You use it to pop the Moab layers, and then you have your other towers like the balloon solver to take care of the balloons. So of course this guy's gonna do bad. Still wet, still pinks, only one more round for life, for double the price, massively increased efficiency, which is really bad. Fourth tier, Spike Storm. The Spike Storm is actually good. Yes, by itself it's not good, but with the ability, BADs, BFBs, good. And then plus 2 to 8 rounds for double the price. So again, less efficient, but it could be worse. Well, actually, this efficiency for a fourth tier is really bad, but I don't know. Like I said, it's not a solo tower, so it's not going to do very well. But surprisingly, the fifth tier, okay, the Carpet of Spikes, does a superb job. So BFBs to BADs, just like that. All right. And then with the spamming totally infinite abilities, which took like 45 minutes to do, And from BADs to BEs, 160, which is just insane. Around 76 or 89. Well, Dies don't want one of those. So there we go. For roughly 50-ish thousand dollars, so it gets an efficiency of about 600. Nice. That's actually good efficiency. 600 is good. So yeah, it's better to spam a hell of a lot of carpeted spikes than to spam a hell of a lot of super mines. Way better. So I don't know. You know. So yeah. So I mean, if you have mods on it, I guess you know what to do. Well, actually no, because then it changes the power of each one, so each one will be different, etc., etc. So no, it's a little bit more complicated than that. But it would be funny if that was the case, right? It's like, nope, the best strategy is just to spam a 200,000 Dart Monkeys and take it down around 200, spending only like, I don't know, $100,000. Anyway, I just thought that was a funny thing that popped into my mind still there. Bottom path, so still black, so this is supposed to be pink. Again, it can't do worse. The only reason it would do worse is like RNG. So it just had bad RNG that time. And again, this is just bad RNG because it's supposed to be 14. For 150 bucks, it does nothing at all. If it almost got worse. So, yeah, the efficiency just gets really, really bad. The 002 goes from blacks to, okay, black to lead, pink to black. Okay. Plus 1 to 4 rounds. That's good for a price of 400 bucks. That's actually quite cheap for a smart targeting. That's very cheap. So the efficiency is almost the same, just a little bit worse, but really nothing major. So that's good. Smart spikes is definitely worth going for. Don't just stay with the long range spikes. Now third one is long life spikes, and this is where the tower starts to get a little bit, I guess, confusing is one way to put it. Or I guess difficult to test because it does last longer, right? It lasts like 1 extra round and stuff. So sandbox tests are a little messed up here with this, but it does do better against group balloons, going from black to leads, getting plus 6 to 3 rounds for $1,400. So yes, it's less efficient, but it's not that bad. It's really not as bad as it could be. Fourth tier, so that's the deadly spikes. Now, deadly spikes, at least more than doubles the popping power, because it said that each spike does 2 damage, goes through 2 layers now, so double the damage, and also there's the fact that it lasts extra round longer, at least 1 extra round longer. So there's a lot of things going for it, and we could see lead to ceramics for space balloons is incredible. Even if it just stayed to lead balloons for the grouped ones, and it got to around 27 for double the price, which leaves it with an efficiency that's pretty okay. Honestly, it's like a 6 out of 10. Maybe 6.5 or 7 out of 10. It's something like that. It's really not that bad at all. Now the fifth tier. Oh, the fifth tier is funny. The perma spike is funny because it got BFBs and OMGs, and it's either 79 or 81. And if it's around 81, it's the exact same price. Otherwise, it's a little bit cheaper. So yeah, its efficiency is literally for like 464, something like that. So it's kind of funny. So yeah, I guess this follows the typical, just gets less efficient over time. But the spike factory is surprisingly efficient for compared to a decent amount of other towers that we tested. Not too long ago, where all of them get efficiencies of 1,000 or almost 1,000 or a little above 1,000. This one, no, actually 2 out of 3 got good efficiencies. Only the super mines, surprisingly enough, was not efficient. So yeah, cross paths. Okay, so in terms of cross pathing your super mines, I think it's honestly really close. There's no clear winner, because on one hand, the 520 does better against space balloons, but worse against group balloons, than the 502. It does get 1 round further, but it also costs an extra $850 compared to the bottom one. So yeah, it's $7 more. It's $7 more efficient or less like the number's lower. So yeah, it's more efficient basically. Um, yeah. So it looks like the 520 is going to win, but just barely. Okay, absolutely barely. Wow. All right. Well, now for the carpet of spikes. This one is a lot more. It's a lot easier to see. Uh, Clearly 250 wins hands down because 250 has a bigger spike pile as opposed to smart spikes, which doesn't do much for the ability. I think the ability is more powerful with the bigger spike pile, but you can see it with the ability bad 160 instead of bad 150, grouped balloons bad 110 instead of bad 100, and it gets to around 89 and not instead of 76. Even if it's $800 more expensive, you can tell from the efficiency, it is just super clearly worth it. So we got a very, very clear winner. 250 is the way to go. All right, perma spikes. There is no winner. There is no winner. It's impossible to determine. They both got to OMGs, both got to BFBs, both got to round 81, both the exact same price, both the exact same efficiency. It's just a draw. And so, I mean, there are benefits and drawbacks to both. If you get the middle cross path, the 025, yes, it produces more perma spikes, but they're slightly less powerful and they do not pop leads on their own. However, if you give it a buff, like the the alchemist buff, like the perma brew, I would assume it's more powerful than perma buffing the 205. So it all depends on what your strategy is. If you want to leave it by itself, go 205. I think would probably be a better bet for you, just so you can safely just so you know that you don't have to worry about a single lead taking out your entire perma spike pile, which is the most annoying thing to watch if you haven't watched that yet. But yeah, I mean, but 025 is really good if you have a buffing strategy. So it all depends on what you're doing in your in your game, whether it's buffing or not buffing. I think is really what it comes down to. Okay, well at this point it's now time to compare two other towers. So let's see, 1600, 600, 450, 1600, 600, 450. 1600, 600, 450. Less efficient than Dart Monkey. Less efficient than Boomerang. Wait, 1600, 600, 550. More efficient than Bomb Shooter, thankfully. Less efficient than Tag Shooter. More efficient than Ice Monkey, definitely. Oh, wait a minute. 1600, 600, looks like it's roughly the same as a glue gunner. I never thought I'd have to say this, but a tower is roughly the same efficiency as the glue gunner, which is a good sign. It is more or less comparable to the Sniper Monkey. Nah, I think it's more efficient than Sniper Monkey just because the top half was really awful. Monkey Sub. Less efficient than the Monkey Sub. It's less efficient than the Monkey Buccaneer. More efficient than the Ace. Less efficient than the Heli Pilot. Less efficient than the Mortar. What? Wait, what? Less efficient than the Mortar? Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. Is much more efficient than the Dartling Gunner. Oh my gosh. Please, thank you. Alright, it is less efficient than the Wizard. Safe to assume it is way more efficient than the Super Monkey. More efficient than the Ninja. more efficient than the alchemist, but that's not difficult. Less efficient than the druid, but druid is good. So honestly, the Spike Factory is a pretty good tower out compared to a lot of others. It's more efficient than a lot of them, not and less efficient than some of them. It's really not that bad. What the heck is going on? All right. Well, that's about it. So that concludes the Spike Factory review. I did not check what the next tower is, but if I have to guess, I would say primary expertise. I think that's the next one. So definitely stay tuned for next video, where we're going to be testing what I think is the primary expertise, but it could totally be the engineer, because you know sometimes it's just the engineer, and that's perfectly fine too. So yeah, stay tuned for that. While you're at it, if you could please hit that subscribe button, you know, to show your interest, that would be truly awesome. Mostly because it tremendously helps support the channel. I mean, like, tremendously. The subscribe button is the lifeblood of the channel. Or, not the lifeblood. Sorry, the subscribe button is the foundation of the channel. So, I mean, if you can hit that subscribe button, man, you're just adding another nice, perfectly solid, concrete block of data to the channel. Which, yeah, it builds up, and it's awesome. And there's really no extra cost to yourselves, you know? All it takes is one click, and there. You could just leave it be for as long as you like. So, yeah, thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed. If you haven't, do consider subscribing. I mean, I'm not pressuring you to do it now. I just highly recommend it because it's just the best thing in the world in terms of YouTube. But if you want to wait to see, you can wait and see. There's plenty of other videos to watch in the meantime if you need some convincing. That being said, remember this. I mean, it's just your choice. You guys have all the power here. as much as I hate to admit it, you guys have all the power. So if you guys want the channel to fail, it's all you can. Though ideally, I hope you guys would support the channel instead. You know, validate my effort. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling, but I hope you all have a really good day.